the narrow passage that controls everything. There's a stretch of water so narrow that closing it for even a few days could shake the global economy. Every day, dozens of giant tankers carry oil through this corridor, fuel that powers cars in America, factories in Europe, and cities across Asia. If this route stops, energy prices surge, markets panic, and supply chains begin to break. This is the Strait of Hormuz, a maritime choke point at the center of rising tensions between Iran, the United States, Israel, and regional powers. And right now, the world is watching it very closely. Why this strait matters to the entire world? A massive portion of the world's seaborne oil exports passes through this single waterway. Energy from major Gulf producers flows through here before reaching global markets. Oil powers transportation, electricity generation, aviation, shipping, even agriculture. Without it, modern economies slow down rapidly. This is why analysts often call Hormuz the most important energy corridor on Earth. Geography of tension. The strait lies between Iran to the north and Gulf states to the south. Its narrow shipping lanes make vessels highly vulnerable. Military forces from multiple countries operate nearby, including U.S. naval assets tasked with protecting international shipping. Because whoever can threaten this passage can influence global energy stability, attacks on energy and shipping. Over the years, tankers, ports, and energy facilities in the region have faced attacks, sabotage, seizures, and drone strikes. Even isolated incidents can disrupt insurance markets and delay shipments. Energy infrastructure becomes a strategic target during conflict because disrupting supply can pressure entire economies without direct confrontation. Recent tensions have included strikes on facilities and threats to shipping safety across the Gulf. Why Americans should care. Even though the United States produces large amounts of oil, global prices are interconnected. Disruptions in Hormuz can push crude prices higher worldwide, affecting gasoline costs across America. Higher fuel prices ripple through the economy. Shipping becomes more expensive. Air travel costs rise. Food prices increase due to transport expenses. For U.S. households, a distant conflict can quickly become a daily financial reality. Global economic shockwave. Energy shocks don't stay localized. Rising oil prices affect transportation, manufacturing, agriculture, and consumer goods worldwide. Supply chains slow down. Inflation rises. Markets react. Countries heavily dependent on imported energy feel the impact most, but no major economy is immune. Military presence and deterrence. To prevent disruptions, naval forces patrol the region regularly. Escorts, surveillance systems, and rapid response capabilities are designed to keep shipping lanes open. The goal is deterrence, ensuring that commercial vessels can transit safely even during heightened tensions. Because if shipping stops, the consequences would be global, the constant risk. Most days, traffic flows normally, but beneath the surface lies constant tension. A single incident, a mine, missile, or blockade attempt, could trigger rapid escalation. Because this narrow corridor is not just a shipping route, it is a pressure point in global geopolitics. Conclusion: why the world watches Hormuz. The Strait of Hormuz is more than a geographic bottleneck. It is a lifeline for modern civilization, a narrow channel carrying energy that powers economies across continents. Far from American shores, yet deeply connected to everyday life in the United States, Israel, Iran, and beyond. As long as the world depends on oil, this passage will remain one of the most strategically important and potentially dangerous places on Earth. Because sometimes, the fate of global stability depends on a strip of water only miles wide. Because sometimes, the fate of the global economy doesn't depend on presidents or armies, but on a narrow strip of water few people will ever see. The Strait of Hormuz remains open today, but in a world of rising tensions, uncertainty, and fragile alliances, its calm surface hides one of the most dangerous pressure points on Earth. And if it ever closes, the shockwaves won't stay in the Middle East. They will reach every highway, every airport, and every home across the world. And in the end, the world's stability may depend on a passage of water only miles wide.